This is part 2 of 10-2, and the first part says describe the transformation, write the equation to match each graph, then find the vertex. Okay, so I'm going to find the vertex first. 1, 2, 3, and up 6. So the vertex is at 3, 6. Okay, and then I'm going to tell you that it opens downward. And from here, it went right 3 up 6. So y equals, to get it open downwards, you put a negative outside the absolute value. To go up, you add 6. Inside right is -3. Next one, vertex 0, 0. Opens up, didn't go right or left, y equals the absolute value of x. I'm then going to say, hey, that's the parent function. Vertex 0, -1 opens down. And then down 1. Y equals a negative outside to get it to open downwards. X, because it doesn't move left or right. -1 because it's a y value. This vertex is at -1, 3. It opens upward. It is left 1, up 3. Once I name it, I write this. I go from vertex to naming it. And then opens up means it's a positive. So I have that. I'm doing up 3, left 1. So right here it says interpreting an absolute value function. The roof of a building can be modeled by the function that, where x and y are measured in feet and the y-axis represents the base of the roof. I want the vertex. So my vertex comes from here, and my vertex is at 10, 7, 10. And so I'm going to go to 7, 10. And then it's going to come down. It's going to come down the diagonals. Okay. And then it's symmetrical. And find f of 7, which means plug in the 7. So I'm going to say, describe the transformation. Open, down, 7, right, 10 up. Okay, find f of 7. So y equals the absolute value of 7 minus 7 plus 10, 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0, and -0 doesn't exist, so we just have 10. So y equals 10. 12, it would be y equals negative absolute value of 12 minus 7 plus 10. That's -5 plus 10. That's 5 with a negative plus 10. That means it's 5. So I took the absolute value of -5 and got 5, but there was a negative hanging outside, so it went right back to -5. Okay, so then I have 10. Whew, don't have much room. Let me write it in a different color so you can distinguish it. So it says f of 10 and find x. So 10 equals negative x minus 7 plus 10. And so I'm going to subtract 10. From both sides. And so I get 0 equals negative absolute value of x minus 7. And then I need that to be 7. I need that to be a 0. So I can plug in a 7. And that's the only thing that will make it. So that is 7. Okay, here we go. Now I do 8 equals negative absolute value of x minus 7 plus 10. I subtract 10. I get negative 2 equals negative absolute value of x minus 7. I'm going to divide both sides by this negative, so I get 2 equals the absolute value of x minus 7. So whatever is in here, when we take the absolute value, it could be 2. So I can have a 2 come out or a negative 2 come out. So what do I put in here to solve for x? So if I have a 2 come out, I can say 2 equals x minus 7 or negative 2 equals x minus 7. When I solve for this one, I add 7 to both sides, I get 9. And so that's one answer. And if I add 7 to both sides, I get 5. And if you look at this, if I put 5 minus 7 is negative 2, absolute value is 2, that works. And then if I do 9 minus 7, that's 2, that works. So both the answers. So sometimes you will have 2 answers. The most you'll have is 2 answers for an absolute value. We did not get 2 answers because this was a 0, and there's not 2 answers. That is 10-2.